Hi, Ross here from Search and Filter. Today I'm going to show you some of the new ACF features in the version 3 beta. We've heard you requesting support for repeater fields in version 2, so we've done one better in version 3. Version 3 now supports repeater fields, flexible content fields, and subgroups. Aside from that, we have better coverage and support for the other field types too. Let's take a look. So I'm starting with an almost blank site. We have ACF Pro installed, Search and Filter Pro version 3 installed, and the default 2023 theme. The 2023 theme is an FSE theme, so I'll be building out an example page using the block editor. I have added a custom post type, some ACF fields, and some sample content for this demo, so I'll just run you through the structure of the data before we continue. So if we head to ACF, what you'll notice is I've created a candidates post type. This is for a fictional job site. And attached to the candidates post type, we've added some custom fields. So here we have a candidates field group, and there we have a job industry wanted checkbox field, just with some sample options there. I've also added a job type wanted field with some options there: permanent, temporary, part-time, contract. And then, especially for this demo, we've added a repeater field. So that will be the candidate's work experience. And inside the repeater field, we have 3 more fields. We have a job description field, which we won't be using for this demo. We have a salary field, which is a number field. And then we have a company field, which is a relationship field. That relationship field connects to another post type called company. And the company post type is just a very simple post type. It's just a list of company names. Now let's take a look at the candidates posts. And you'll see here we have a list of names. And when we go in to see the custom fields, you can see here how we've set this up. So in this case, we have Alice is interested in electronics and engineering. Alice is looking for a permanent, temporary, part-time and contract position. And then we get to the work experience section, which is the repeater field. And we can see Alice has worked at Adobe, and the salary while she was working at Adobe was 100,000. And Alice has also worked at Ferrari, and the salary range is 200,000. Let's take a look at another person, Ivan. Ivan is interested in automotive and retail, and job types temporary, part-time and contract. And we can see here Ivan worked at Microsoft for 40,000, IBM for 50,000, and Costco for 60,003. Let's go add another row for Ivan. There we go. And we can also say Ivan worked at BMW and he received 100,000 as a salary. So now we've got our data set up. What we want to do is create a page with some search and filter fields and some results showing these candidates. As I mentioned, we're using an FSE theme, so we'll use a block editor. So we'll just start with a blank page, and I'll do a basic layout for our results. I'll start with a columns block. We'll put the filters on the left and the results on the right. And for the results, we'll just use the query block for this demo. And this step is not necessary, but I will change the post type to candidate just so the preview is a bit more aesthetic. And here we'll add some of our fields. So we'll start by adding a search field. in order to connect the search field to the query block, we need to use a search and filter query integration. You can create a new one here by clicking Add New. I did actually create one earlier, so we'll edit that. And we've just set this up to integrate with the query block on this first page. So the integration type is single post page or CPT. We've set that to the current post dynamic. The query is the query loop block, and we'll auto detect the query loop. Then inside the query, I've enabled the indexer, which is necessary to use these advanced ACF field types. And I've set the post type to candidates. I've also set dynamic update to on and customized the loading icon to fit in with this theme. Now that's out of the way, we'll add some more fields and connect it to this query. So most of the field types that we'll want are choice fields, which is multiple selection. If they're choice fields in ACF, they're probably choice fields in search and filter. So from here, we'll want to select the data type ACF field. And this field could be the job industry wanted by the candidate. It's already selected. We'll create another field, another choice field. We'll select the ACF field data type, and we'll choose the job type wanted. Let's make that a checkbox. And now we'll add a couple of fields that are inside repeater fields. So we can use the relationship field for the company. So again, we'll select the ACF field data type. Then we'll choose the candidate work experience repeater field. And here we can choose company and salary. So we'll choose company. And this can be called companies worked at. Let's add another field, and we can do maybe a slider field for the salary range. So we'll add a range field. We'll change the data type to ACF field again. We'll choose the candidate work experience repeater field, and salary is selected there. We'll set the minimum value for the salary to 0. We'll auto detect the maximum value. And change the input type to slider. I'll just add 2 decimal places because it's currency and a $sign and a separator. And let's update the label. Let's save that. Now we might need to wait just a few seconds for the indexer to build, but we should see some results very shortly. And there we have a page with our filters and the candidates. We can see here the salary has been auto-detected. The best salary is to 300,000. And now we can filter by the various attributes. let's just go ahead and add a reset button, which is the control type field. Set the control type to reset. And there we can see we have the filters on the left and the results on the right. As we update the filters, the results will update, and so will the counts. And it's as simple as that. We've shown how to set up ACF repeater fields with search and filter and get all that working in the block editor. If you wanted to set this up using shortcodes instead and you were not using the block editor, you can do all the same things that I've done today via our admin UI. So in the admin UI, you can create a query here. You can see this is the candidate query we made earlier. And then you can create your fields here. Once you've created a field, you'll get a shortcode to use, and you can put that on any page or post. So I hope you can see how easy it is to use ACF and Search and Filter version 3 together. Thanks for watching.